Okay, this is a story about my father, the mystery of my father. I was taught that my father was a businessman, although even as a child I did wonder what kind of a businessman, or if everybody's father went to work with two bodyguards and a pistol. So we lived on East 96th Street, and I went to the Emerson School, and then I went to PS9, where apparently I was a behavioral problem because a teacher once locked me in the closet. My mother went to school and complained to the principal, so that didn't happen again. My father's fortune, and my mother's as well, was built because he was not accepted into the U.S. Army after war was declared in the United States, World War II. And the reason given was that he had a frail heart, or that he had once had tuberculosis. Either one of those things. So I really never questioned it. But it was his good fortune to be able, since he was an able-bodied, in other ways, able-bodied man living in New York during the war, he and my mother started a business together. And that business employed her five sisters. And what they did was they had jaunty little uniforms, and they delivered mail by hand or by foot around to Wall Street and to businesses in New York. I don't know why mail didn't run at that time, but maybe it was the same day. You would call up and say, "I need you to pick this up," and then we would do that. And that business grew and made him quite wealthy. Now, I did see a picture of him once on the front page of the Daily News with his bodyguards, but that was because he was doing something good. He was going to testify before a commission on, racketeering. So he was a hero for a little bit of a while. My mother said about him at that time, "Your father has a death wish," because she thought it was a very bad idea to testify before a congressional hearing on racketeering in New York. And of course, I was quite young, so I didn't ask the question like, how would my father know about racketeering in New York? It never occurred to me. But there was another mystery about my father, too, which had to do with why he probably wasn't accepted into the Army. And I never knew what that was until recently. The hint of it was once I had an uncle who didn't much like my father, although he had once worked for him after the war was over. And he said to me, and I was probably 7, I don't know. He said, "Isn't it interesting that your father always has a tan year round?" That makes me cough. And I never thought about it because I thought of my father. I worshipped him. I feared him because he was pretty loose with his belt. But I worshipped him, and he had taught me to swim in the ocean and to be unafraid. And so to think anything else about my father would be worse than drowning. And so that is what I have to say about my father's mystery. And soon I'll tell you more about how I discovered the truth about my father. Thank you.